Well, I was going to say, isn't that 227 date? Isn't that the O'Kelly date? Isn't that when he wrote that?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean, so go back and watch the O'Kelly interview if you can stomach it. And the way it goes is, you know, Brendan tells the story, and O'Kelly says, "I can't help you. If that's the story you want to tell, I can't help you." And then O'Kelly
Yeah.
does the same thing that Wiegert and Fassbender. You had to have seen something. And so after being told basically that O'Kelly, who's the only guy on his side at this point, right? Kaczynski's off on National Guard duty or wherever the hell he's at. And his own team is saying, "I can't help you. You're going to go to jail the rest of your life unless you do what I'm saying." He's not really smart enough to comprehend what he's being told. They tell him he needs a different story. He gave him a different story. What does the story have to include? You had to have seen something. Okay, there you go. I seen the toes, and that's exactly how you get that. That's how that comes up. To call that a confession is just unbelievably. Far from the truth. Let's just leave it at that.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
that was. I'm sorry, Kel.
Sorry, I was looking at it a little bit different. I think I'm being a little bit picky, but I believe that the devil's in the details. But I think what he was saying just then is a little bit of word salad in terms of the fact that he says body parts. He saw body parts like it wasn't a whole body, and I reference that because he ended up getting found guilty of the mutilation charges and the what was it? What was the other one? The destruction of the corpse, or whatever it was. A dismember of his corpse. So when I heard him say that, like a little light bulb go in my head, and then they reference like the toes. Word salad being not like, it would be different if he said, oh, he witnessed the whole body, like he saw the whole body, but he's saying body parts as if it was, again, word salad, it was a broken up thing. He separates it from being a whole body to parts of body. And I think that's quite interesting when you, again, me being picky and just looking at the details, but you can kind of see where the jury were hearing this, if that wasn't elaborated more and they were just given these little pieces in their heads where they were going with that. So again, I'm just being picky, but the way he said body parts, yet in Brendan's version, it wasn't body parts. In his version, they put the whole body allegedly on the fire. She wasn't dismembered. There was nothing. But now he's turning his vocabulary into body parts. It becomes separate. Again, apologies for me kind of singling in on that detail, but I think it overall kind of fits into what he ended up getting, found guilty on. And that was the one thing that Stephen didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right to point it out because that's a significant change. The whole body, and now we're going into body parts, which that indicates dismemberment. So I think you're correct to do that, Cal. One more thing, and we'll get more into it later, that Big Jeff brought up, and this is the May 12th interview that O'Kelly did. I can't really call it an interview. It's really to me, it's a child torture session that O'Kelly did to Brendan on May 12th, and what he did to that kid. Old Dog got that recording. It is horrendous. It's really difficult to watch. I think we, as people that have researched and kind of lived this stuff for the last 6.5 years plus, you have to take it all in, even the bad. And it is horrendous what this guy did. It is so bad. And what he tried to get away with, we'll get more into that later. I literally could spend just talking about this guy alone with some of the outer characters. I could talk about this guy for probably 3 hours, and it wouldn't be a kind conversation.